In this example, we're going to discuss the limit of a function in which the function itself is an absolute value. And here, limits are just we're just taking it one step deeper with functions. And in introductory calculus, you're gonna sink real deep into this concept called limits. But we introduced the topic now. And we just have to recall a couple of things. So it seems very simple to get an answer of -1, but really the idea behind it is so much more important. So I think the first thing we need to do is recall the definition of a function like the absolute value of x. The absolute value of x is a piecewise function. Okay, it's -x for when x is negative, and positive x when x is positive. And if we can recall the graph of absolute value, right, this is y equals x here, and then y equals -x here. And notice that it's all the x's less than 0, and all the x's greater than 0 is y equal x. And this matches the piecewise function. So in this case, when we are given a limit as x approaches a from the left of some function, this actually means from the left side of the x-axis. So in this case, we're going to actually be shooting from the left towards the value given to us, a, whatever that a is. So if we have an absolute value, that means that we're going to be dealing with the first piece, negative of that function. So now, knowing these pieces of information, I'm coming from the left and from the negative direction, and I'm going to be using negative of that first piece of the absolute value function. So let's rewrite now the limit as t approaches -16 from the left of absolute value t plus 16 over t plus 16. Let's rewrite this, and let's rewrite it applying the left part of the absolute value, which is going to end up being negative of t plus 16 over t plus 16. So I took off the absolute values because then I used the 1i information of, oh, this is going to be negative of that function. Well, when I do that, what happens to a factor of t plus 16? It reduces out. So then I get a limit as t approaches -16 from the left of -1. And the limit of a constant is just the constant itself. And so that is why the answer is -1.